So I know right now that I'm sitting a lot, working at my computer. Maybe you're doing the same thing, or you're helping your kids and with their work in front of a computer, or we're just doing a lot of that today. So I want you to just take a moment for yourself. All right, take a moment and maybe grab the other people in your house and have them join you. And we'll sit up nice and tall toward the edge of your seat and lift the shoulders up, back, and down. Inhale, I want you to lift up, shrug those shoulders, and exhale, bring them down. And we'll take one more here. And bring it back down. Now, I want you to lift your shoulders up towards your ears, and then just release them down. So a nice big shrug up as high as you can get them, and then just let it go. Let's take one more. Inhale, and exhale. Oh, feels so much better already. So now staying in your seated position, I just want you to let your head drop side to side. So as the head will move gently from side to side, never forcing, just letting gravity draw the head over. And if you would like to, maybe just let your arms come down by your sides and let your whole body just kind of sway gently side to side. And then as you come back into that center space, we'll come back here and sweep the arms up, big reach up, get tall, get long, and then exhale, bring it down. Inhale, sweeping up, and exhale, bring it down. Let's take one more. Inhale, big sweep, and then exhale as you bring it back down. Take a moment, take one leg and draw it up towards your chest, starting to stretch out that low back space. So again, to the other side, just from being seated or from standing for long periods of time, they both kind of have the same effect on that low back. So I want you to be really mindful, and throughout the day, make sure that you're getting some nice stretches for yourself and that you're taking time for yourself. So now moving in through seated cat-cow, lifting the heart and then pulling back. So this is stuff you could do at any point throughout your day, just to kind of get the body moving, get the blood flowing. Let's take two more and bring it back. One more. Inhale and exhale back. Come back into center space. Let's take the arms out wide, open it up, and then bring the elbows together and see if you can tap them just in front of you. Inhale, open up, pull the shoulders back, open up the chest. We tend to have a lot of time that our shoulders are rounded and that our head maybe kind of is jutting forward, kind of, sticking your chin out and rounding your shoulders. So I want you to really pull it back, lift the heart, maybe lift the chin just a little bit and bring it back to center. Let's take one more, open up, reach those arms back there and exhale, bring it back in. So as you come back into your seated space, once again, just kind of shrug everything out, and we'll come back into a little bit closer together with the feet, knees together, sitting up tall, and take a little turn, just spinning your chest to one side, keeping your hips as steady as you can, and then back to the other side, and then moving back into center again here. So now if you have your dish towel, or I'm in the kitchen, so I'm grabbing a dish towel. So if you have a hand towel, dish towel, a strap, anything like that, anything long, it doesn't really matter. It could be a t-shirt. All right, I'm gonna grab that. I'm just gonna go ahead and roll that up. And now I've got myself a little strap I'm gonna take over the head. So take a big deep breath here, and then over to one side, keeping your sit bones beneath you really heavy, and then back up to center. Take it to the other side. Exhale, and then back to center again. Over to the side, and back up, inhale. Getting the side waist really long, stretched out. Those side waist muscles help to support us, but we can also find a lot of tension being held here through the sides of our body as well. So now we'll come up to standing and take that same item that you have, and we're gonna hold it behind you. Okay, just kind of holding here. I'm going to take my arms a little bit wider than the shoulders, And then I'm going to just kind of rotate them in just a little bit. Actually, go ahead and hold it so that your palms are facing down. Thumbs are on the outside, maybe a little spin here. So now I'm holding it right here overhand on the strap or whatever you've got. And then just kind of rotate your thumbs in just a little bit and see how that feels. All right, so now just kind of pulling against that item. Lift your arms up behind you, pull the shoulder blades back. Soften your elbows a little bit and drop your arms just a little bit from the forearm down so that you can really squeeze the upper back space and feel the chest opening. And then take one more breath here. Notice if your tail's kind of kicking up behind you. I want you to drop it down and see if you can pull your shoulder blades together. Just kind of move the head a little bit. And then we'll just release it. And we're going to take it again overhead, but this time standing a little wider. So I'm going to take the arms about shoulder distance up over the head and then anchoring the hips, just reaching up and over to one side. Maybe you're going to find a little bit more lean this time. And then back and up and to the other side. Really anchor your hips so that you're not swaying your tail with you. We'll inhale and exhale over. And let's take that one more time to the other side. I'm kind of finding a little bit of popping and cracking in my back. It feels pretty good. All right, so go ahead and release it here. Ooh, shrug, I'm out. We're just getting the blood flowing there. So I want you to take that item. You can just set it off to the side for a moment. If you have a table or a desk in front of you like I do, you could use that. Or I'm going to take the chair that I have and turn it sideways so that I can use the back of it. So you could use any surface. Maybe you're in the kitchen like I am. You can use your countertop or the back of a chair or a couch. So stepping one foot forward, just almost even with, not quite to the back of your chair, but just slightly behind it. And stepping the other foot, a nice little step back. And notice already the knee is bending here in the front, making sure that we're not moving it forward toward the item that you're holding on to. Okay, bending your back knee and then just dropping that back knee down a little bit. Notice the shoulders are right over your hips. Everything is lined up. And we're going to pull the belly into spine. So I want you to really draw the hip points right here upward and feel this stretch happening right here in the front of your thigh. And then go ahead and shift forward and lift it up. Now, you may again have that item. I'm going to grab it. All right, I should have told you to hold on to it. So I'm going to take that item and wrap it around my foot. Yes, this is going to go in the dirty clothes after this, right? So it's my dish towel of all things. Okay, so now I'm going to pull that heel up. Just pull it towards your bottom here. If you can do the same thing by holding on with your hand, feel free just to grab that with your hand. Pull the belly in. I want you to feel like you're pulling your hip points up, your belly button in a bit, and your tail nice and long. Take a big deep breath. Really drop those shoulders back and down. And then release. Go ahead and step back. Just release that item there to the chair or whatever's in front of you. And then just sweep the arms again. Open up. Nice big chest opening. And then release it. I want you just to step back here with your front leg, meeting your back leg into a nice little supported down dog. Notice we're going to keep the knees a little bit bent. Your hips are underneath, or no, your hips are not underneath your heels. That would be very awkward. All right, your heels are underneath your hips, and you're just letting your chest kind of move through the arms, gazing just kind of in front of you, maybe about a foot or two. Ooh, big deep breath. Exhale it out. We're coming back up to standing as you step or lunge forward with the opposite foot. Knee is bent, never moving past your toes. Okay, just hang out right there. Bend the back knee. See if you can lift your back heel off the floor just a little into more of a high little crescent lunge type position. And we're going to pull that knee right underneath the hip. Then see if you can pull your belly in and up as you maybe lower down depending on how it feels to your knees. Shoulders are back, heart is up. Big deep breath, and when you're ready, you're going to come up into that standing position, either taking your item again, holding your foot, or just reaching with your hand. I want you to see if you can drop your knee toward the floor, and then pull the belly in and up, and feel that stretch on your quad. Okay, the front of your thigh into your hip flexor. I'm feeling a little shifting and moving happening there in that hip. Let's take one more breath. And just release it. Let's step back one last time into your supported down dog. Give it a little shift back and maybe even bend the knees quite a bit. Roll yourself back up. And let's go ahead. We're going to have a seat one more time before we finish. Okay, so just that we've moved in all directions here. And as you come back to seated, I want you to take a moment here and reach the arms out. Open up your chest again. Bring the arms forward and give yourself a big hug. Ooh, it feels really nice. All right, so I want you to lift your elbows up. And the reason it feels really nice, one, because I'm getting a nice stretch in my back. Okay? But two, because we just don't get to give people hugs as much right now. And I want you to imagine that you're hugging someone you really care about. And you are, I hope, because you're hugging yourself. Okay? But imagine someone else that you haven't given a hug to in a while. And then offer that hug out to them. Open up, inhale. And then exhale. And hold it right there. Take the opposite arm on top. See if you can lift your elbows up away from your chest. You might even start to take a little gentle rounding. Coming forward. Let's move it back up. Open up. Take the legs and just take them maybe about shoulder distance or so. We're going to come forward into seated forward bend. Just reaching your head forward, your chest forward. Make sure your chair is not going to roll out from under you. All right, so if it is on rollers, make sure that you've got it pushed up against something. Mine's just kind of slipping on the floor a little, so you can be really careful. Come forward again, and maybe just kind of drop one shoulder toward the midline and look over the opposite side. Back into center, taking this nice little twist here to the other side. Back up, inhale, and let's move it back into center space where you started, lifting one leg again. If you can cross that ankle over, go ahead and have a little seated figure four, or seated pigeon, we might call it. And if that's not working for you, just drop that foot down and still come forward here. All right, so if you can cross that ankle over, we're just gonna gently lean forward into it and come back up. Inhale, exhale, come forward. And then I want you to take just one more, and this time I want you to get it all out. Just sigh out all of the stuff that you don't need today. Come back up to center. We're going to take that to the opposite side. So once again, just let your knee fall out. You can cross your ankles or up above your knee. Inhale, foot stays flexed. Exhale, gently coming forward. Inhale. Exhale it out. Whatever you may be carrying around with you today, let it out and just make your load a little lighter. And when you come back up, I want you to breathe in what you can take with you that'll be good and useful. Release that leg down. Let's take a big sweep up together, sweeping the arms. Take that breath in, drawing in everything that's good, everything that's helpful and useful to carry you on your journey today. I salute you, hands to heart, saluting yourself for taking this time for you. I'm very proud of you. Thank you for showing up, being here for yourself and for others, and I'll send you lots of love today and virtual hugs.